Church and everyone that's watching. I hope that you're having a great day so far. And I just want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch this devotional video. And I do hope that it'll encourage you and that it'll help you. We're going to be in Ecclesiastes chapter number 10 today. I've been reading through the book of Ecclesiastes, and I came across verse number 8, a very familiar verse to a lot of people probably. It says, "He that diggeth the pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him." I'll read it one more time. It says, "He that diggeth the pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh a hedge, a serpent shall bite him." I think we all are kind of on the same page of what the pit's talking about here, and how that if we dig a pit, we're going to fall into it. The pit, I think, is kind of the things that are blatantly wrong, like blatant sin. I think of stuff like immorality or pornography or alcohol or drugs. We all know that those are blatantly wrong, and that people that dig that pit, they get involved in that stuff, they're going to fall from it. It's going to ruin their life. But the verse continued and said, "And whosoever breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him." If you study the word hedge there, it simply means like it's a bush or some kind of structure that was placed in gardens and different areas, and it was a perimeter. It was something that made parameters for a certain piece of property, and it was there to separate pieces of property. And as we look at a hedge and we look at property, the hedge was there to for the good of the property, whether it be the people or the animals or the actual the grass. It was there for the purpose of keeping it separate from someone else's. And God will put certain hedges in our life to protect us. I think of, just use a fence as an example. Maybe you have a large dog or something like that, and you have it fenced in. The fencing, the perimeter is there, that structure's there, for the good of the animal or the good of the person that's in the perimeter. Maybe you have children that would be inside that fence playing at that time. It was a boundary set that was for the good of the one inside of the perimeter. Now the fence isn't there to enslave or to keep in bondage, but it's to keep external forces from coming into there, and it's there too to keep the ones that are inside from getting to things maybe that could harm them. Maybe I think of a house maybe that's by a highway, and you have a fence that a child can play inside. That fence is there to keep them from going and to getting into the highway to get hurt, or a dog from getting out and getting loose and getting maybe ran over by a car. It's there for the good of the person or the thing that's inside of the perimeter. And see, God puts different hedges in our life. He puts leadership in our life to help us. He puts the Word of God in our life to help us. And it said, if we break a hedge, if we go past that perimeter that God has put there, it says a serpent shall bite him. That's the purpose of standards. That's the purpose of music. Godly music. You need to keep a hedge of godly music. You need to keep a hedge of holy standards, because when you break that off, when you do away with that, when you cross that line, there's going to be things that are going to be there to try to harm you. Now, Satan is always compared to, as a serpent in the Bible, he's compared to a lion as well. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." He's a roaring lion, which means he we know he's there. The Bible gives us clear illustration that Satan is looking for who he can devour. But he's also compared to a serpent. And serpents use stealth. They use the ability of being sly to attack. Most of the time when people get bit by snakes when they're outside, most of the time they don't know the snake's there. And see, that's how it is for us in the Christian life. When we let our guard down, when we stop doing those things that God commands us to do, when we stop reading our Bible, when we stop studying, when we stop meditating, it goes into the other parts of our life. We'll then stop maybe giving like we should, or maybe we'll stop coming to church like we should. And when those things happen, we begin to break that hedge. There's a serpent there waiting for us. The devil. He's waiting to pounce. And he's looking right now who he can pounce on. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's a family member you know. Maybe it's one of your children. Maybe it's one of your grandchildren. Make sure that hedge stays in place, because that hedge is there for the good of the person or the thing that's inside of that surrounding perimeter. We need to not be ignorant of Satan's devices, is what the Bible tells us. And he's going to be there when we break the hedge to bite us. And he's not just looking to make us sick, he's looking to kill. There's some snakes that bite you, they just make you sick. But there are some snakes that bite you that are very deadly. If you don't get help almost immediately, it can kill you. And that's how the poison is that Satan injects. He's looking to kill you spiritually. And it said the thief cometh not but to kill and steal and to destroy. But Christ said, I've come that you might have life and you might have it more abundantly. See, the hedge isn't there to imprison us, to make us bound. It's not there to enslave. It's there to give us liberty to live right, to live the Christian life with freedom, to live and to worship God and give Him the glory. So let me encourage you. First of all, don't dig the pits. Stay away from that stuff. Stay away from that stuff that you know is blatantly wrong. But also, don't break the hedge that God's put in your life. He's put those boundaries in your life to keep you safe. It's like the rails that are on the side of curves and steep curves. That way, if you begin to slide a little bit, it's there to keep you on track so that you don't go off to your death. Keep that hedge in place. Because if you remove that hedge or you cross that hedge, there's going to be a serpent waiting to bite you. I hope this will encourage you. I just want to exhort you to continue to do right. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.